Welcome back. Louisiana state officials giving an update on Hurricane Francine's aftermath just a couple of hours ago.
And Governor Landry saying fortunately no one in Louisiana died in the storm. And he also noted that a presidential disaster declaration has been issued to aid in the recovery efforts. And we're going to hear that briefing in its entirety.
We saw a number of structures that saved a tremendous amount of property loss work. I don't know if this may have been the first time, but we actually had the Sewage and Water Board, Stephen Nelson, joined us by Zoom in the meeting to discuss some of the deficiencies in the particular system. We recognize where those systems are. I don't think anybody went into the storm believing that the infrastructure that pumps the water out of the city of New Orleans was in tip-top shape. We know that we have a power generation problem in there. We know that that should be solved in June of next year. We've identified what the deficiency was that happened last night. We're hoping to be able, in working with, and that, look, the beauty of having the FEMA administrator here in that she got to see that firsthand. She got to understand the amount of money, she understands the amount of money that the federal government has spent on flood protection in the city of New Orleans. And so we're going to work with them to try to address that. There are some challenges with that, but we are, the legislature, both the Senate President and the Speaker were there as well, but we're going to lean in. And I also think that some of the structural changes we made to the Sewage and Water Board during the session are going to help us bear fruits and be able to continue to ensure that that agency functions properly. There are some great people in there. We want to make sure that they're able to do their job properly.
We have time for one more question. We have some
Okay, we'll take two. We'll take y'all and you. How about that? Yep. Okay.
Governor, real quick, can you just walk us through where some of the spots that you're going to be visiting around the state over the next couple of days and who you're going to be meeting with?
Yeah, look, I'll tell you this. I think you all know the press advisory that went out and where we're going right after this. We have not mapped out where we're going to go tomorrow. What we try to do, and if you would just bear with me, what we try to do is make sure that we don't drop in an area where we strain those resources necessary to provide adequate safety to the residents in that area and to strain the local resources as well. But we will try to get that out for you as quickly as possible.
You're asking people to stay off the roads. Could you talk about when it'll be safe to be back on the roads?
When we put it out. No, look, we don't know. Look, I know that the Secretary of DOTD reported to us they're working, as hard as we can to ensure that the roadways are clear. I know that I think the report that Joe had that all of the highways except for I think the tunnel was closed at this time. LA1 just opened up, is what Colonel Hodges said. And let me just say this as we close. Look, tomorrow we're not going to have a press conference. We're going to have a small UCG, and then we're going to go out. But we're going to let y'all know exactly where we're going for that, and maybe we'll try to find one spot for y'all to be. And I'm going to tell you why. You know, it was always told to me that there are three key things necessary for running an effective and successful business. And the first is to have a good business plan, right? And the second is to make sure that you've got good people and the proper resources to execute that plan. And then the third key component, this is very important, is for the person that puts that all together to get the hell out of the way. And what we're going to try to do is get the hell out of the way and make sure that I have complete confidence in the local authorities and the people that they've elected to represent them. I have complete confidence in GOSEP. I have complete confidence in our cabinet and our federal partners. And we're going to try to get out the way to make sure that they can get the relief needed to those that were affected here in the state of Louisiana.